Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. As you guys know, the New York Knicks went on to lose to Orlando Magic last night, the final score being 111 to 106. And that was a big time pivotal game. You want to close out this season very strong. You want to make sure that your chemistry is tight knit. You want to make sure that you're connecting offensively. You're on the same page. You want to make sure that you're better defensively. You want to be an even better team to close out the season. You want to be playing your best basketball. And the New York Knicks, what have they done? Regressed. Gone downhill. Everyone's going to say I'm negative. No, I think I'm being real. What we saw last night was absolutely disgusting and unacceptable. We saw no leadership last night. We saw no one take control of that game. And I'm not just talking about out there on the floor. Communicating wise, mentally, we did not see that. And this is such a big game when it comes to the NBA standings, and everyone could be like, no, I want to be the 6th seed. I want to drop to the 6th seed. I want to try to win as much as possible. That's my opinion. I'm never going to root for my team to lose to play a certain team in the NBA standings when it comes to the NBA playoffs coming up. As you guys know, the Brooklyn Nets lost in crazy fashion down the stretch up against the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Miami Heat have jumped up to that 6th seed now in the Eastern Conference. And they're very close to taking that 5th seed from us, especially if we don't control our own destiny. Because if you take a look at it, we play the Miami Heat next week, and we got to beat them. It's at Madison Square Garden, and if they win that game, they tie up the season series. And they'll have the tiebreaker if they win that game. Because yes, we're both in the Eastern Conference, but we're in different divisions. We're not number one in our division. The Boston Celtics are ahead of us. We have the Celtics in our division. The Miami Heat are number one in their division, so that could decide a tiebreaker. So like I said, the New York Knicks need to control their own destiny. They got to take care of business. And we lost the Orlando Magic last night. And I'm not talking crap on the Orlando Magic. The Magic have been an improved club compared to last season. If you truly watch the games, yes, they haven't been winning a bunch of games, but they got off to a very slow start, and they're able to overcome some adversity. They're figuring out how to win games when the season went on. Jamal Mosley, a lot of credit to him. He's getting those guys to play hard. Markelle Fultz reviving his NBA career. A lot of people thought he was just going to be absolutely nothing after the shoulder injury, how he couldn't shoot a free throw. It was all mental with him. First overall pick. He's been playing damn good basketball for the Orlando Magic. Paolo Banchero, he's going to be a Rookie of the Year finalist. Franz Wagner, the improvement of his game. Wendell Carter Jr., a lot of people didn't know how long he was going to stay in the league because he couldn't stay healthy with the Chicago Bulls. The talent has always been there. Cole Anthony coming off the bench. You still have Jalen Suggs on the squad. Mo Wagner, Franz Wagner's brother, coming off the bench. Got to give credit to Caleb Houston. You got to give credit to this roster of the Orlando Magic. But if we're being all serious here, we're the 5th seed. And if you want to be taken serious, you got to beat a team like this. You got to be an inexperienced group. You got to finish out the season very strong when it comes to mentally performing out there on the floor. You want to make sure that your chemistry's really, like you're really together as a basketball club. And the New York Knicks did not look like that last night. They did not come to play mentally. They did not come to play physically. I don't care who you're playing when it comes to closing out the season strong, even without Jalen Brunson. This was a true test for coaching, for how this team would overcome adversity with having no Jalen Brunson out there on the floor. You're down 19 points at one point in this game. Absolutely unacceptable. This team plays very hard, but they don't play smart. There was miscommunications all over the place, especially when it came to the first half. Fourth quarter, total disaster, obviously, when it came to defending the perimeter. Wendell Carter Jr. 3, Cole Anthony 3, killed us all game, left him wide open for a huge 3 in the fourth quarter on the left wing. You could live with a Paolo Banchero 3 in the corner. It's like, all right, we could live with it. Make everyone else beat you outside on the perimeter because he struggled all season with the three-point shot. But obviously, there's been some uncharacteristic performances. The Miami Heat were on fire last game we played them. When it came to the three-point line, they were one of the worst three-point shooting teams in basketball. Tyler Hero, we know he could shoot it, but Jimmy Butler knocked down a couple threes. Kyle Lowry's been struggling this season, comes off the bench, knocks down a couple threes. Gabe Vincent started this game 3 of 3 from downtown. Max Strus, their overall personnel really excelled from the three-point line, but we also gave them comfortable looks at home. So the New York Knicks have to do a better job closing out. But one of the most disappointing things was it's not just the three-point defense. The dribble penetration has been allowed lately. And a lot of people, when they take a look at the interior defense, you're not blocking shots. But no, you're just allowing people to go into the paint, drive in the paint. It doesn't look like this team is hungry to close out the season strong. They didn't look serious last night. And I hate to say that. It didn't look like there was a leader out there. It didn't look like anyone was being held accountable. Performance-wise, Grimes was able to help this team come back. Double-digit points in the third quarter, lighting it up from the outside, playing tough defense, driving strong to the cup for that tough finish. Finished with 25 points, quickly turned it around in the second half after being absolutely atrocious in the first half. But our main guys did not step up. Our one guy, Julius Randle, was not in this game mentally. You can say the same thing with RJ. And I understand RJ is 22 years of age. It's his fourth year in the league. But when now you're the second best player out there on the floor, you could say in the starting lineup with Brunson being out, it's your time to take control of the basketball game. It's your time to be a leader, especially when Randle doesn't have it going mentally, when he doesn't have it going physically, settling for bad shots. But there's bad turnovers, quickly miscommunications, quickly would handle the basketball. Someone's supposed to be in a certain spot, they move out the way. Obviously, I don't know our playbook. I don't know where they're supposed to be out there on the floor, but we had miscommunications of turnovers, bricking open shots from the outside, or just taking bad shots in general. It was just a total disaster. And RJ's been playing very good basketball these last few games, but I wanted more from him. But you're right, when you don't have Brunson and Randle's not playing at the top level, he scored the ball pretty well, but he was inefficient. When RJ's not stepping up, Grimes, who's not one of our top scoring options, credit to Emmanuel Quickly. But when Quickly's playing well, like, you need more scoring off the bench, but that's just not going to happen because Quickly's not coming off the bench when Brunson's hurt. Hartenstein, I thought, had good interior defense, but we know he's not this crazy scorer. Josh Hart's a scrapper. Last few games, he's definitely disappointed me on defense, Josh Hart. Miles McBride was out there for 6 minutes, played good defense, knocked down a three, barely kept him out there. Didn't understand that at all. Thought that was unacceptable by the coaching staff. How they just had no recognition of the game flow at all. Lack of in-game adjustments. But Paolo Banchero punched Randle in the mouth early. He drew fouls as a rookie. He got into Randle's body. You got to give credit to him. Markelle Fultz was able to dribble penetrate. Mitch rebounded the ball well. He didn't play that well in the first half. Thought he got it together in the second half. But our main guys did not step up. They did not. And the most concerning thing, the perimeter defense, like I mentioned, leaving guys open outside on the perimeter. The interior defense, the three-point shooting, the lack of spacing is going to scare me when it comes to playoffs. Hopefully, Grimes can continue to shoot like this. But the way Randle's been shooting lately, like, you got to go into the playoffs hot. You got to make sure that your chemistry, you're tight-knit, you're ready. And this team does not look ready. We play the Rockets next Monday, which is perfect because we need a rest, not just mentally, or not just physically, mentally as well. This team needs a damn rest. And they got to get it together. They got to figure it out quick. They do. But when Grimes is lighting it up, when Quickly's playing better, you know, Josh Hart comes off the bench, gives us a few buckets. Hartenstein's defending well at the rim. And I would say Hartenstein, Grimes, and Quickly probably our best players in the second half. Mitch had some nice block shots as well. But when we're going on a run, you know, we cut it to an 8-point game when we're down 19. Randle's emotions get the best of him. And I understand. Randle's an emotional guy. He wants to win games. But he has to learn how to keep his emotions in check. I'm not even joking, but is he not meditating anymore? It's just unacceptable, the emotions. And if you're going to take it out on the officials, okay. If you're going to take it out on Leon Woods, pick up a tech because you thought you got fouled by Franz Wagner with the seconds winding down, okay. But last thing you want to do is take it out on your teammates. And I know someone brought up, oh, Jimmy Butler took it out on his coach and all that, but I feel like you don't see it every game. Or you don't see it in the fashion like that it's like Jimmy Butler's just constantly getting like he just got in the face of his teammate like that. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Maybe it's happened, maybe it hasn't. But anyway, I don't care about the Heat. I care about our team and what Randle did when Quickly's trying to be a good teammate, hold him back and calm him down. Randle gets in his face like that. It's just unacceptable. I understand him being frustrated after the Timberwolves game. Drops 57 points and you lose. I understand that. But the Heat game, they got in his head. They're throwing blitzes at him, and they're defending him like how he's going to be defended in the playoffs. I know he finished with 9 assists, but we needed more scoring from him. He wasn't smart in that game when it came to shot selection-wise. And another game, he wasn't smart. He's been struggling from downtown lately. He hasn't been playing good basketball. But yeah, for him to get in Quickly's face, it's unacceptable. And is this a sneak peek of more to come? I'm not rooting for him to fail in the playoffs. I hope he freaking balls out because I'm a Knicks fan. But this is just the worst timing with the season winding down, him picking up these texts, him getting frustrated, him not being there mentally, getting in Quickly's face. But Quickly understands that they want to win games, but also we don't know what he's truly thinking, media-wise, compared to everything else. But Quickly balled down the second after Randle got in his face. So he took it personal. Randle did knock down a couple threes to make it like a 1-point game at one point. But if Randle chokes in the playoffs, it's like only the New York Knicks. We have this player that doesn't play that well. You know, you could say the system and all that. David Fizdale didn't play that well. You could say it was underwhelming. We're supposed to get Kevin Durant, Kyrie, underwhelming. Better shape, comes out looking like a freaking all-star second season with the New York Knicks. He's unbelievable, chokes in the playoffs, though. It's all about the mental. That's the big thing with Randle. Mental, basketball IQ. Third season with the Knicks, doesn't play that well. IQ is awful. Shot from the outside is bad. His decision-making, lack of processing. And now he has his best season as a New York Knicks. He's averaging 25 points per game. He's a two-time All-Star. May make an All-NBA team. We'll see. We'll see if Brunson's one of the first players. I know it's happened before, but it's rare when a player doesn't make an All-Star team but makes an All-NBA team. But Randle's averaging 25 and 10. You know, it looks like his IQ's getting better, but there's still an inconsistency there. It's winding down at the end of the season, though. The play's starting to fall off. It's like, what do you do with that if Randle does choke in the playoffs? We got a player averaging 25 points per game. He's one of the main reasons you're going to the playoffs, but one of the main reasons you lose in the playoffs. And he has this attitude. He has these emotions. And I'm not saying like players should act like robots, but you got to learn how to control your emotions. You do. And if the opposing teams, we play the Cavs, whoever we play, Philly, in the playoffs, if they get in his head, I'm thinking it's a wrap. Because when this dude plays pissed off, angry, he doesn't play well. He plays all over the place. But Obi Toppin, this dude's just a lost product at this point. He's a waste of a pick. I'm not putting it fully on Obi, but he's just a spot-up shooter. That's not what he was coming out of Dayton. He constantly moved without the basketball cutting, leaking out in transition. He had the ability to shoot, but he wasn't a shooter coming out. 12 minutes, shoots like five threes. Did hit a pretty big three, though, when Garrett Harris knocked down a shot from downtown to answer. But I'm interested to see if he's going to be here next season. But if Randle doesn't step up in the playoffs, what's the case with him? I wonder what RJ's going to look like in the playoffs. We'll see with Brunson, though. Brunson obviously went off in the playoffs last year. But mentally, this team's not locked in. Defensively, the fourth quarter is total disaster. Franz Wagner cooking RJ off the bounce. I really wish we got more from RJ this game. I wish he took over. He needed to take over. But before Franz Wagner got hurt, he was cooking RJ off the dribble. Perimeter defense, just atrocious. Just so bad. So bad. Magic were better. They deserve to win. Let me know down below your thoughts. Peace out, y'all.